Hello and welcome to That's Not Lego on the Gatorbox channel, the show where we build the bootleg, knockoff, counterfeit Lego sets and then critique them, usually sarcastically and sardonically. I'm your host Draco, and I don't know a lot about Lego, but one time I did swallow a 1x1 stud piece when I was young because I was chewing on it because I needed to put something in my mouth so I could focus on building the Lego. It's kind of like chewing on gum while you solve a puzzle. That was me, except I inhaled the Lego and I swallowed it and then I pooped it out afterwards. But I did not fish it out of the toilet. I made peace with it, that piece, and flushed it away. So, don't know why I shared that with you, but I did. All right, on this episode, I've got another double set. I seem to do that pretty often because I like having multiple. Like if it's a big set, if it's one big set, okay. If it's a little set, I like to get two of them. That way we can get a better scope for the quality of the brand. So today's episode, I've got a double pack for you. And here we go. There they are. Why don't you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down? Something, something. I don't really like that song, but this is called Build Me Up. Build Me Up. And the company is Happy Line. Happy Line, Build Me Up by Happy Line. This is a sticker. So, okay, on the back of the box. This, where it shows the pieces, not a sticker. The thing underneath it says Happy Line. I can feel the ridges. That's a sticker. This barcode down here, sticker. This thing that says manufactured by Happy Line Limited, Shantou, Guangdong, China, that is also a sticker. And there's a date. This was manufactured October 2020. So as of this filming, these sets are 3 years old. It does say compatible with other brands, all this other crap. But they had two different things in the set. We got super speed and racing car. 45 pieces, 50 pieces. These are just going to be crappy little, whatevers. It's going to be little things to put together. They're going to come out, they're going to be tiny, they're going to be minuscule, they're not going to be very big. They come in this, I'm not going to say this is a sizable box, but they come in a box that's about 2 times bigger than it needs to be so that they really get your attention and make you think it's a good value. It's just the usual things. You're going to open this up, it's going to be like opening up a bag of potato chips. It's going to be 90% air. How do they keep getting away with that? When I buy a bag of potato chips, I see that big bag on the shelf at the store. I'm like, that's a lot of potato chips in that bag. And that's going to last me like 2 weeks. And instead it lasts me like 3 days because you open the bag and most of it's air. Look, all I'm saying is that if most of the bag of potato chips is going to be air, maybe you should use a smaller fucking bag instead of getting my hopes up, making me think I'm getting a good deal buying a big ass bag of chips. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, enough about political opinions. Let's take a look at these bootleg Legos. Let's build super speed first. This one has more pieces in it. Got my not so safe safety razor out. What did I say? 90% air. Those are the instructions. God damn it. Okay. There we go. That's your lot. That's your lot. I need to get the instructions. Hang on. Here's our instructions. They're very tiny. Whoop. Open this bag up. Let's open this pit up. I will say, real quick, one thing I'm grateful about with these Build Me Up sets, No minifigures. I don't like building the minifigures because they always part them out. If they didn't make me assemble the minifigures down to their arms and fucking legs, their hands and legs, I wouldn't mind it. But these stupid bootleg Lego companies always have to be like, oh, if it's a minifigure, then that's one piece. But if we part them out to his basic atomic elements, that's 13 pieces. We can pad at our part count. Every time. Every time. Anyways, what's the piece quality like? Nothing on the studs. Very rigid, very hard plastic, very sharp. No sprue that I can see, but very unyielding hard plastic is how I would describe this. First order of business is to put the wheel things on the bottom. And of course the wheels and the hubs are separate pieces on this set, because of course they are. Wait, I did this wrong. This has to be out a little bit wider, because on one end we're going to put this yellow railing, and on the other end we're going to put this black railing. So the yellow, I think this is the back. Okay, they're putting a piece down and they're not telling me it's going down. They're putting down one of these 2x2s right here, and they're not saying we're putting a 2x2 down right here. They've completely glazed over that part on this step right here. They've skipped it. And then we get the, ooh, oh no, the instructions show these little red triangular pieces as being transparent, but in actuality, the pieces you get are opaque. That's because this is done as cheaply as possible, and this piece doesn't want to go on. This piece goes down right on here, and the spinner. You like the spinner piece a lot, I've noticed. It spins, it works. These instructions don't do a very good job of showing you what pieces are going down in each step. It kind of drives me crazy. Put the logo plate on, what does that say? XR Pagy? Is this a real thing? Is that a real thing? Are they bootlegging this? I don't know. I have no idea. Anyways, time to flip it over. Let me make sure. Yes, it is. Wow, that's a lot of parts they're putting down all at once. I was really good. I'm really good at math. I'm really good at geometry, because I did a lot of scale drawings of like BattleBots and things like that. I build BattleBots in my free time, so it's one of my hobbies. One of the things I was good at was geometry, but algebra kicked my ass. I was so bad at algebra that I remember when I was in high school, I think I was like a sophomore when I took my last algebra course, because I wanted to get it out of the way ahead of time, because I was like, I'm going to be bad at this, so I want to rip the Band-Aid off and just do it now. I remember calculating the score I needed to get on my final exam to pass for the year. I remember figuring that out and going in there all nervous because I had to get at least I think I had to get at least like a 65 or a 68 or something. I got like a 74, so it was, I got somewhere close to it, but I barely passed it. And I celebrated. I went out to Dairy Queen and got a fucking blizzard that day. I remember that day. It's weird that stuck with me for some reason. I don't know why it did, but it did. These little clampy pieces go on this side. The side of this little rotating thing. And then a red piece goes here. Come on, don't bullshit me. Don't fuck with me, Lego. I'm not in the mood. Oh yeah, these little 1x1 pieces. Oh, these little dots, they don't want to go on. They do not want to go on. I used my teeth just now. I don't recommend doing that. That's an advanced strat for advanced Lego builders, because if you fuck it up, the pieces will shoot directly down your throat. So just a heads up. Not really a viable option most of the time. Do as I say, not as I do. My mom told me that a lot, as she showed me the incorrect way to do things while driving. Amazingly, she's only gotten one ticket in her lifetime, when she's done things deserving of at least like 30 or 40. It's all about getting caught. If you're gonna do something bad, don't get caught. Hang on, where does this shit go? Couple of dots. Come on. These dots really don't want to go on. Okay, then we do the grabby piece again. Gotta say, this is pretty creative. Using the grabby pieces like that. What do we do now? Another red piece. Another red piece. Gray piece. Are these supposed to be like rocket thrusters in the back of this thing or something? They don't look like it. All things considered, they look pretty stupid. These fucking things never want to go together. Alright, now it's time for the wheels. And they put the hubs separate from the wheels again, because they know they can get away with doing that. These just aren't even like hubs. These are just little things. These are like hub caps. They just click on. Not even rubber wheels. They cheaped out on us. They gave us plastic wheels. What company was this again? Build Me Up? Happy Line? For shame, Happy Line. Okay! Here's the first one. The wheels don't really want to turn too well. That front wheel ain't going. If I was playing with this on carpet, it might actually turn, but it's kind of stuck. It turns if you make it turn, but when you push it around on the table, it just kind of sticks. So, top quality there. This was probably $1, so what do you expect? Okay, so, final thoughts on this one before we go to, the next one. I don't know why this is on a pivot. I don't know why this 58 part pivots. I assume these are supposed to be like little rocket jet thrusters. This is, after all, the super speed car. Remember, super speed. So that's what it is. It looks like a dinky little car. I mean, it is what it is. Is this supposed? This kind of makes me think of that semi truck that was called Shockwave that had the big jet engine on the back. They used to take it out to like monster truck rallies and stuff and melt cars with it. It was so badass. Shockwave was so badass. See, hey, turn off this video and open up a new YouTube tab and go on the search bar and type in like shockwave truck and or shockwave jet engine truck, and see if you can find videos of Shockwave, because that thing was fucking baller. I remember one time I went to like this monster truck rally. This wasn't a Monster Jam show. This was like a monster truck rally with like nobodies that were there, right? Just rednecks with big jacked up trucks, and Shockwave was there, and they had this crappy old like, I don't know, windowless rape van, and they chained it down onto the ground and parked it behind Shockwave, and Shockwave fired up its jet engine and had its brakes on so it was blowing fire out the back, and it melted this fucking van. It was the coolest thing ever. It was so badass. It was so bad. They don't do stuff like that at monster truck shows anymore. Everything is so fucking sanitized for this fucking generation. You guys wouldn't know fun of it to hit you in the back of the head. Shockwave was a relic of another era, and it was so cool. Shockwave was so cool. Anyways, this reminded me of that. Let's build the other one. The other one is racing car, and it looks like this looks more like a truck. They do race the front, like the front part of semi trucks, right? That's the thing that they race. I don't know why they're not really fuel efficient. Race cars aren't fuel efficient in general, but why would you make a racing version of one of the least fuel efficient vehicles on the fucking road? I don't know, but I've played a couple of truck racing games on Steam, and they're not that bad, so maybe they're onto something. I don't know. Alright. Whoop. I'm not going to dump this one out. I'm going to get the instructions out first before I do that, so that these don't blow away. I have to go fetch them again. There you go. Ooh, number 23. How unlucky. It's a bad omen, I'm telling you. Alright. There's all the parts. Looks about the same. The same kind of parts. The same wheels you gotta put the hubs on or whatever, so yeah, whatever. One of these goes on straight on the back, and the other one goes on with some leeway in the front, with some hangover. And then we put a 1x4 and a 2x4, just like that. Also, we have a 90-degree faceplate that goes in the front, and on here we put our little red dots. Where's the other little red dot? I was promised 2 dots. They shortchanged me a dot. Am I just not seeing it? I'm missing a fucking dot. I ain't got a red dot. I'm only gonna have one light. This fucking sucks. What kind of piece of shit is this? Fine. I don't need that red dot. I'll carry on without it. Alright, now we gotta put on the hub thing. This piece goes here. These instructions are laid out relatively poorly. It's hard to see where everything's supposed to go. Oh, hang on, I put this piece on backwards. Look, there's printing on one side of it. There's hazard stripes. Fuck, I gotta separate this piece now. Also, this yellow piece is supposed to have printing on it that says Paisy or whatever that same racing company was from the other vehicle, but it doesn't have it on there. So that's something else that they screwed up on. Got 2 flat pieces down instead of 1 regular sized piece. Because why would you put a regular sized piece on there when you can have 2 flat pieces to pad out that part count? Put this here. This piece goes. Yeah, it looks about right. Then we got to do something with these little cans. Put these on the sides. Those are the smokestacks on the truck. Then we got to put these little beanie boppers on. Don't know what this is supposed to be, but whatever. This truck has them. Okay, yeah, these yellow parts are supposed to say 23 on the side, and they don't. Looking at the instructions, you can clearly see right here on the side of the truck, but you can't see my finger. Right, now you kind of can. It says 23 right there. The only thing that says 23 is the hood plate. And that's supposed to be white and red, and it's not even the right colors. What a rip. What a lame-ass rip-off. Yep. I was thinking maybe they gave me an extra gray dot instead of a red dot that I could put on the front, but no, they just literally they just showed me a red dot. Don't believe that. Shut the whole factory down. Recall it. How am I gonna sell this on the secondhand market if it's missing a piece? Hang on, do I have a red dot, a spare red dot in here? No, I don't. I have a spare green dot in here. Don't have a red. Okay. Well, this quality piece right here that's missing a headlight, as long as you look at it from this angle, right? Just turn it so you can't see the missing headlight. As long as you look at it like this, looks perfectly fine. But when you turn it and look at the front, you're like, God damn it. They shorted you apart, didn't they? 45 pieces in here? No, 44. Shame on you, build me up. Losing points. Losing points. It's got my unlucky number, 23, on it. This one is not... So they didn't put the graphics on the pieces that were supposed to have graphics. So not only are we missing a red dot, this piece that's right here on the front of the bumper is supposed to say Paisy, and these side pieces right here are supposed to say 23. The only thing that has the number on it is this top panel right here. So unlike the other car right here that actually does have 58 on it and some of the other things, this hunk of junk just has the 1. And I feel like this one was phoned in, because it's missing printings on at least 3 pieces, and it's missing a fucking piece. So it's just junk overall. I don't remember, again, where these came from or how much I paid for them. These are not pieces of trivia that I remember, because I've had these for like 3 years. But missing pieces, and the pieces, like the 1x1 little studs, whatever, on this one over here, didn't really want to go together all that well. They were sticky. They were poking my thumb. They hurt to put on. And then this one went together well, but it's literally missing a piece. So, I mean, you got to dock points for that. I'm sorry. I'm not the end all be all authority on Lego, but if it doesn't include the pieces that it's got on the box, if you're short a piece, that's not an A+, okay? You can't get high marks when you're missing a goddamn piece like that, okay? It doesn't work that way. Life ain't fair sometimes. I feel ripped off. I spent maybe $1.50 on these things a piece, and I feel ripped off that I'm missing a red dot. Over a red dot. You've turned me into a cheapskate. Bootleg Lego, build me up. What was the company again? Happy Line. You cheap son of a bitch. Apparently you can combine these things together and build other things. Maybe those are other things in the set. So I'm looking on the back. Yeah, these must be other things in the set. I was looking at that. That's the one we got. That's the truck we got. And then this is like an off-road 4x4 or whatever that must have also been in the set. So there's other stuff in the set than what we got. But the piece, the plastic quality, the plastic quality in this is not very good. The tires are plastic. They parted out the hubs of the wheels to pad the part count. Like, I know they do stupid, crappy, underhanded things like that just to pad things out, to make it seem like you're getting a good deal, when in actuality it's just a tedious chore putting the hubs inside the tires. I know, but for once I wish they'd be honest and just like have the wheels pre-assembled and just eat it and be like, okay, this only has like 20 parts in it, but they're all relatively high quality parts. I wish they would just do that. I wish they would. These are, overall, aside from the missing piece in the little 23 racing truck, these are okay. I think we've opened up better little vehicles on That's Not Lego in the past, but I wouldn't say... Are these the worst? I don't know. We've done so many now, I'm starting to forget some of the earlier ones we did. These are just not very good. They're not the best, but they're not the worst. Maybe they're not the worst. I don't know. Maybe they are the worst. You can be the judge of that. I'm sure if I'm lucky, there's going to be a little cottage community that appears around this series where you guys are going to be like, oh man, this is the worst. No, this is the best. No, this is second best. No, this is second worst. And you guys can argue amongst yourselves whether these are the best or the worst. I don't know. I just don't know. But for $1.50 a box, or whatever, $1.25 if I got these from Dollar Tree, they're whatever. I'm fairly certain if I would have got other sets of this truck, I wouldn't be short a piece. That's just happens to be the one I got was a lucky draw, I guess, and it's missing a piece. So. But in this case, I'm docking points. But it's whatever. It's whatever. At least it looks like a truck, and I don't know what that's supposed to be. It reminds me of Shockwave, though. I already talked about Shockwave. They look vaguely vehicular, so it could always be worse. I know deep in the recesses of this big box that you can't see that I keep pulling these sets out of, I know I've got things that look worse than this. I know I do. And they're amongst the oldest fake Lego sets in this box from a time before I even did Gatorbox. And I've been doing this show for 11, running on 12 years by the time this goes on YouTube. So That just goes to show you how long I've been sitting on some of this crap. But anyways, that's Build Me Up. It is what it is. You get your instructions on a little piece of toilet paper, a little joint roller. That's what you got. You know, whatever. That's your lot. If you enjoyed this installment of That's Not Lego, let me know. You can share it. You can post it. Hey, post it to X. It used to be called Twitter, but now it's called X. Isn't that cool? Isn't Elon Musk a fucking business genius? Isn't he so smart? Him and his father's emerald mine. And he blessed us by trying to take over PayPal and he tried to rename PayPal to X. He bought X.com back in the 90s, and he tried to get PayPal to call themselves X. But you know what PayPal did? PayPal said, that idea is R-word slur, and we're going to oust you from the company. So, that's what happened the first time Elon Musk tried to do X. But now X going to give it to you. Now we turn Twitter into X, and he's going to make it the everything app. You guys believe that shit? Can you guys believe that shit? So yeah, share this video on X where it'll get some traction amongst all the people with blue checks who spout out racist, transphobic rhetoric on X. It's a great platform, you guys. Thanks for watching That's Not Lego. Thanks for checking out this video by Gatorbox. To see more videos like it, please subscribe to the channel. You can also support this project financially at patreon.com/Gatorbox. You can also follow us at twitch.tv/Gatorbox to catch us live every Friday night at 9 p.m. Central Time for our main show. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.